high 3D design. I'm going to show you right now instructions on how to make a little cardboard animal using just scissors and any sort of packaging, like any kind of box that you have lying around. It could be a cereal box, a granola bar box. It could be, literally like any sort of thin cardboard. You've seen this cardboard in my classroom. I use it for many, many things. And I'm glad I didn't do this project in class because now you guys can do it at home as long as you have a box and some scissors. So watch and learn. So this box of hot cocoa is empty. It's been sitting on my counter for the last week so I could find the time to show you how to make this next project. So what you have to do is make it easy on yourself. First, you have to kind of tear whatever you're using apart so you can make it flat. Never mind the kids in the background, they're liable to start screaming at each other any minute. But just take it apart and then you'll have it like this. This is what you'll start with. So I'm gonna make a llama because llamas are the chillest of all the animals. And we all could use a little piece right now. But I drew the head, neck, and body in profile first. You'll notice that my drawing is not perfect. I don't wanna get up and get my eraser. But I just kind of, wherever I messed up, I noticed the head was too small, so I made it a little longer, and I noticed the body was too fat right here, so I made it a little lower. I went back and made my lines darker where I know that I want to cut, and then I'll cut it out. I wanted to just say also, don't draw them too small. You want to have it at least be like 4 inches long, because then it won't get bent as much when you're cutting it apart. It'll stay sturdy. So here's your little body. Here's my lines where I messed up earlier. But now you can use this to make the legs. So what I'm gonna do basically is I'm gonna hold this up to the cardboard and think about how long I want the legs to be. The legs are gonna go from about right here where they're gonna overlap with the cardboard to about down here, which is about how low I want them to be. So you can mark the cardboard about at the highest point and then about at the lowest point. And then when you draw them, you're kind of just drawing like a U shape. And you can go back and fix it. And what I do is I cut out one set of legs first, and then I use it to measure the second set so they can be the same length and it can stand up the way I want it to. So, and I'm actually going to make this a little longer than the parts that I marked off. Here's my drawing, right? This is where I marked it, and as I was drawing it, it looked a little short. So I actually I'm going to make them a little bit longer, and I'm going to cut everything out around here, and I left a little room right here to draw my second set. So let me cut these out. Okay, so I cut out the legs, and as you notice, this part above the legs is kind of fat. And so the reason why I made it fat is so I can do this. I cut a little niche for the body to go onto. So I'm going to cut it like this, and I don't want it to be too close to the bottom or else it'll tear apart. But then you just, I'll put the text in the front. You just overlap this, and then now it's got legs. Yeah, so there's the legs. It looks a little bit, still looks a little weird right here. So I'll make this a little bit lower, but you don't want to go closer than like, I don't know, like 1/4 of an inch to the very bottom, because then it'll start to bend at the bottom and it'll start to get kind of flimsy. Okay, so there it is. There's my first set of legs. They stick right on there. They're pretty sturdy. But I am going to take it off, and I'm just going to put it right back on here, and I'm going to trace it to make the second set of legs. Okay, there's my second set of legs. Now I'm going to cut the other niche down to about 1/4 or so of an inch from the very bottom. See where it comes apart right there? And then I can put the whole thing together. Okay. Back legs, front legs. Ta-da! You wanna see? Uh-oh, kids are fighting. Hold on. So, there's my llama. I'm gonna get extra fancy and also make it some ears. So I'll show you how to do that. Hi, I need a tripod for my camera. So if you wanna make ears, you have to make a face. So you have to look at your little animal and imagine how wide the face would be if it were facing you, and then how the ears would stick up looking at it from straight forward. Obviously from straight forward there is no face, it's just a line because it's flat from the side. But you have to imagine if the face were to come out, like I said, how wide would it be, how far apart were the ears, and how high would they go. So it's a llama, right? And I know llama's ears are pretty big. I mean, I'm not trying to be like perfectly anatomically correct, but I wanted to remind people of what a llama looks like. So we'll see what I can do. Okay, so in order to make the head, you have to make it about as wide as the llama. So I'm just gonna draw right here and mark how high the head is. And I'm gonna make a little circle that's gonna be the width of the face. And then I'll draw on the ears. Llama ears are kind of pointy and they stick up like this. Okay.
So you're making a llama?
Yes, I am. Okay, did you get that on there?
Yeah.
All right, so that's how wide the face is. And then as you can see, buddy, okay, there you go. It should be about as wide as the, how tall the head is, okay? Okay, so here's the face from the front. And yes, it does look like a rabbit or a donkey, but I'm not gonna sweat it. It's kind of supposed to be abstract anyway, so you just snip up to about 1/4 of an inch from the very top. Oh, I didn't snip up the middle. I should have. Oh well. And then I'm gonna put it right on there. And now it has a little llama face. Kind of looks like it from that angle. From the front, depends which way you look at it. It's not too bad. Okay, so this is how I made this cool little handy dandy cardboard animal. I'm calling it a llama, but it could be a donkey, could be a deer. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just happy that I made an animal in my house while quarantined during a pandemic. No big deal. Thank you guys. Email me if you have any questions. Hi, now I'm in my bedroom. I wanted to show you one last thing. I also made a cat. Here's my cat. You can tell that it's possible to adapt this project to make lots of different kinds of animals, as long as you can look at it and kind of draw the way the body is shaped in profile, create the tail however the tail is shaped. So cats have kind of like a long, smooth body and then pointy ears. So that's how I just created this other option. So I just wanted to show you how it's possible to make other things as well using this very simple process. Have fun.
His legs off.
Roman, what do you think about my animal that I made?
I don't like it.
Why?
Because I don't.
Why not, Rome?
Because I don't.
What did you do to it?
I just take the legs off. Now putting them back on.
Okay, well you can play with it anyway.
Now I like it.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you like it. You go ahead and play with it, okay? You can even put its legs on its head if you want.
Legs on its head. And it can be ears too.
Yeah, I got big ears.
It could have big ears.
Is that fun? Now it looks crazy. Good job, Roman.